Good morning. Still undefeated world heavyweight champion of the world. Right here. All takers, all comers. That's the door. 505A Island Ford Road. I don't discriminate. Don't need a ring. Backyard brawl. No rules. No holds barred. I'm in. You like that?
I do. It's impressive.
Thank you very much.
That goes good with your purple shirt today, by the way.
It looks really nice.
It does.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to put this down, but it's still available. If you want it, come get it. I wish I had a ring person so I could hand it off. They can take it back to the dressing room.
Somebody in a short skirt or whatever.
I'll keep it right here. I'll keep it right here. There you go. Thanks for being here this morning.
It is a pleasure.
We'll get down to some seriousness. Poor old Juju came in, and I was already –
You were off.
Pissed this morning. Fired up.
I know that we don't have a lot of people from the city of Hickory, but
field looks great.
Yeah, the high school football field does. At Barger Stadium, it sure does. And I was driving around yesterday before my afternoon morning walk run, and they're finishing up. It's taken 3 months now to do 2 blocks of new sidewalks, curb and gutters in front of the college.
Let's hear it for the
3 months.
Let's hear it for
the city
governmental employees.
Yeah, 3 months. It's been.
How about the tree? Any damage to the library?
I think some of the gutters to the library. I
saw that.
Yeah, it was leaning right up against the roof. But yeah, they were working on that yesterday as well. But I just thought it was impressive. After 3 months, they put 2 sidewalks, 2 blocks of sidewalks. You wonder, and that's part of the.
Were you able to count how many people it took to do that at one time?
There were several, probably 5, 6 people working at one time.
Low. It's kind of low.
Now they're working in different phases now.
Yeah.
Parts downtown.
Hey, Sherry.
Fixing the Arch Bridge and.
Ooh, the Arch Bridge.
Yeah.
I'm glad I don't live in Hickory. Good morning, Sherry. Good morning, Bill Klein. Woo! There we go. Richie, good morning. Stephen Lowe, glad to have all you folks. Let me go ahead and get on my early rant.
All right.
Yesterday was a big day. The legislature invited the North Carolina High School Athletic Association to come for a visit for a meeting. I was excited for that. I honestly, be honest with you, I don't want to see the High School Athletic Association blown up. I don't want to see it go away. I just want to see I want to see complete transparency, and I want to see a little more cooperation and make sure that everything and everybody knows what's going on.
And then leading into a lot of the people in the media were speculating this could be the biggest day in the history of the North Carolina High School Athletic Association.
Cabe, what are you doing up this early? Cabe's up this morning. What in the world are you doing up? You must be fishing. But here's the deal. Kyle Morton, high school OT producer, and Nick Stevens, that we had on last week, managing editor, wrote this article on highschoolot.com. It said, after 2 hours behind closed doors, the only place that's appropriate is if you're Charlie Rich. And then we get behind closed doors. What am I missing? We're asking for transparency, and the first time they have a meeting, nobody gets to go.
Mm-hmm.
Am I missing something?
No, you're not.
Representatives from the association with an optimistic tone about the path ahead. They had a discussion about association oversight, finances, and rules. Board president of the association, Bobby Wilkins, principal at Hendersonville High School, said it was a great meeting. We really appreciate the chance to get in there. I think we got a lot accomplished. I think everybody's in a better place now. Followed that up. He is the one that spoke on behalf of the High School Athletic Association. Morning, Vance. That's the principal from Bobby Wilkins up in your neck of the woods there, homeland of Hendersonville. He spoke on behalf of the association. Commissioner Q. Tucker did not speak. Assistant Commissioner James Alverson said there would be no further comment from the association beyond the interview with Wilkins.
He's the PR guy, James Alverson.
That's correct. I'm sorry. Is there something that I missed? you're still doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You still don't feel like you owe anybody any explanations. And why was it behind closed doors? Closed doors are for personnel matters. We need to reprimand you. We need to fire you.
Or hire somebody to, yeah.
We need to discuss salaries. Wait a minute. This needs to be a public entity. We need to know what you make. So it's not something to do behind closed doors.
Can the media not go ahead and try to get the, what is it?
You have to ask Chris Hobbs.
There's a in their law, open meetings law?
Not when they declare a closed meeting.
Okay.
They can justify anything, just like everybody else does. So now we're switching from one association, one organization, one leadership group, I ain't telling you crap, to another one, hey, I ain't telling you crap. I'll let you know what you need to know when I think you need to know it.
Keep reading about what Mr. Wilkins said.
I will. When we started out, everybody was in a different place. We got in there, we chatted, we talked about stuff. It's very professional, very professional.
We need to get a couch.
To the point, and a lot got accomplished, Wilkins said, declining to comment on specifics. Well, then why did you even make a comment? Why did you address the media? If you're not going to say anything, if you're just going to rosy-rose around it, you didn't need to.
Was he in the meeting? Was he via Zoom call?
No, they were in the building.
They drove all the way from Hendersonville to Chapel Hill.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Raleigh,
okay.
Raleigh.
Okay.
That's Richie says 4's going to need more blood pressure medicine. You said that right.
Yeah.
Lincoln, good morning to you, sir. It's just a lot of things have been questioned over the years, and I think it was very just and stuff that we needed to talk about. Then why can't you tell everybody else? Why do you not publish those comments at least to your association members? Do they not deserve to see them? And wait a minute, legislatures in the state that I live in, am I not privy to that as a resident of this state?
Mm-hmm.
Even though those representatives that were in there do not represent me, because those were Senator Todd Johnson from Union County, Republican, Vicky Sawyer from Iredell County, Republican, Senator Tom McGinnis, he's the stirrer, from Richmond County, and Representative John Bell from Wayne County, Republican, all attended. Bell said, I thought we had a great discussion. I thought it was very eye-opening for the executive board members to understand our concerns and for us to listen to what they had to say. So the legislature directly addressed the executive board members, Q. Tucker, James Alverson, and there were some board of directors in there.
Mm-hmm.
That the principal being one of them from Hendersonville. Todd, good morning. Bell said after the meeting, noting that he thought this discussion was about 2 years past due. I was also happy that some of our concerns have already been met, even though they're not communicated. They have not communicated that back to us. Okay?
What does that mean?
What's been met?
They've met some of our concerns, but they haven't told us. What in God's green acre does that mean?
And as Four said, McGinnis said they spent time talking about the finances, one of the main issues driving the investigation into the association, which has a total net worth of over $40 million. If anybody's going to piss away money, it's not going to be taxpayer money. It's not going to be an association. It will be the legislature.
Mm-hmm.
Harump, harump. I didn't get a harump out of that guy.
It was on the other night. I saw it too, yeah.
If it's ever on, I see it.
Yes.
Now.
Work.
Hello, boys. Did you miss me? Senator Tom McGinnis out of Richmond, this is what he said. I love this part. We didn't get down to the nitty-gritty and the dirty weeds about what's going on and what they've got to do with it or anything like that, other than to say, if you got sufficient money to run the operation, why are you continuing to charge additional money? Well, they make up crap they got to pay for just like you do as a state representative. Are you kidding me? How can somebody that's in politics ask, why you keep charging money if you got money? We don't have enough money. We need more money. Am I saying anything that's not true?
No, you're right. You're spot on.
Okay. McGinnis also said everybody came away in a very positive way. This was a very positive meeting. I'm so thankful that we all had all the players at the table. We weren't at the table. The media was not at the table. All the other people that have questions were not at the table.
Yeah, all the stakeholders. All the stakeholders.
He said all the players were there. Both sides felt the meeting had a positive outcome. It isn't the end of the legislature's interest. Wilkins said he expects further discussion with legislatures, and the lawmakers seem to agree.
We'll keep talking, is what they're saying.
So does it come down to this, that they make McGinnis happy, okay? I don't know, get back a playoff spot. I don't know, whatever he's pissed about, and let the state have control over the money, then everything's hunky-dory fine? Let me tell you what did not come out of here. Shelton, good morning. Let me tell you what did not come out of this meeting. Nowhere in here that I have read on any of the so-called comments, okay, nowhere in here have I read anything that addresses the needs of the student athletes in the state.
Or the schools, right?
Nothing.
Where's the comment about when somebody said, if we wanted to give you all the details, I'd be here for a couple of hours.
Oh, yeah, let me get that. That was
I believe
Wilkins.
Mr. Wilkins, yes.
That was Wilkins said that. He said he didn't comment on specifics of the discussions. I'd be here for an hour or two if I did that. It's just a lot of things that have been questioned over the years, and I think it's very just and stuff we need to talk about. We didn't talk about it. You talked about it. You still haven't brought that transparency that everybody's asking for. You still haven't addressed that to any degree. Now we've gone from one secret organization to another secret organization.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
So, I mean, I'm glad they had the meeting. Things need to be fixed.
Yeah, and as long as they're talking, I think that's positive.
Me. I don't care about the money. I could care less about the money. You can justify and play with that however you want to. What are you doing for the schools and the kids? Tell me what you're doing to address that. Tell me what you're doing to make sure that any decision that's made that affects those kids and those schools, that everybody knows why. Everybody knows how you arrived at that decision. Did your decision get reviewed by somebody to make sure we didn't make a mistake? It happens in the legal system, right?
Yeah.
It happens with the NCAA, I think. It happens in the NFL. Oh, wait a minute. You do use the NFL model. Attorney, judge, jury, executioner. It's all in one place. Nice little tight package. And if I step on toes, I step on toes. Prove me wrong. Show me the proof in where what I'm saying is not accurate. I have no trouble admitting I'm wrong. I am married. I do it all the time. So if I'm wrong, show me. I'm from Missouri. I'm from the show me state. Show me. And I hadn't seen it. And it didn't come out of this. All we know is that apparently what has happened, the biggest thing that came out of this meeting yesterday, in my opinion, we have headed off a full vote for right now because we have negotiations going on.
Yes, they've staved it off.
That's the only thing that happened. Now, the other thing that Sawyer said, Senator Sawyer said, they are an actor of the state, and when they deal with our public schools and what funds them in public money, we see that they absolutely are an arm of the state when it comes to certain duties that have been delegated to them by the Board of Education. The Board of Education doesn't have anything to do with the association. They're a private, nonprofit organization.
They are now.
Yes, that's correct.
It was a little bit different back a few years ago.
We see that we have to clarify that relationship. In the legislative matter, that means we're going to take your A-double over. We're going to oversee you. It says, we see that we have to clarify that relationship. We have to strengthen that relationship. And moving forward, I think that's what legislation will look like. Anytime you involve legislation, it can't be good.
Mm-hmm.
We are over-legislated now. The specifics of the legislation moving forward are still unclear, including whether or not language would result in the dissolution of the organization would remain in HB 91. Wilkins said, "I certainly hope not." Said when asked if the association would be dissolved, "I think it does a lot of stuff for a lot of kids, so I think that would be the way I'd answer that." Legislators indicated the goal was not to dissolve the association, but felt they had to draft the legislation because they felt they were not getting communication from the association. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
This was pretty serious threat. Talk to us, we'll make you go away. We can do that.
Yeah.
Well, they can't make them go away. The association can still be an association and have $40 million. They can't change that. They can't legislate that. But they can require all of their schools that use public funds that you can't be a member of that association.
Yeah.
We're going to take care of that. So please understand that. Unless the association agrees to give control to the legislature, they can't dissolve it.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do that.
They keep saying that, but they can't dissolve a nonprofit organization.
No.
They can stop its funding, but they can't dissolve it.
Yeah, they're cutting off the funding source. You're right.
Or am I wrong? Here
Nah,
again,
it doesn't
if I'm
sound that way.
wrong, please tell me I'm wrong. I need to hear it. I hadn't heard it today.
Are schools going to be – are they going to continue to pay dues starting this year?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't see how they can't. You got to have insurance. You got to have officials. All those things got to be taken care of. So that's got to happen. And this was to be a transition. I think if anything, this was supposed to take effect 22-23.
Okay.
If anything, I think you're going to see that get pushed back again. After yesterday's meeting, I don't see them blowing it up this year and trying to take over and make something happen. I don't see that. I don't think they can. And let's be honest. Shouldn't our legislature and our government in Raleigh maybe try to get a budget out from 2 years ago before we worry about what the High School Athletic Association is doing?
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real here. Let's just be honest. Why are we playing in things that we need? From the beginning, House Bill 91 was really a path of last resort because we weren't getting feedback. Legislation is needed. No, it's not. I think that's what you've heard from both sides of the aisle, that we need to fix the organization. No, you do not. You can't fix your own organization. But there needs to be some framework and legislation around that looks like it. Do I wake up in the morning and say, I want the North Carolina High School Athletic Association to die? No. I never at any point did that, but unfortunately, it took House Bill 91 to finally get them to the table. And I agree. McGinnis went on to say, we will be working closely, quickly, hand in hand for the right outcome, and I feel that it's inevitable and that it will happen. Bell said he will continue conversations next week when he meets with Cardinal Gibbons, one of the 4 non-boarding parochial schools in the association. Under the current proposed legislation, Cardinal Gibbons will be removed from the organization that would replace the High School Athletic Association. There have been ongoing discussions between Bell and Cardinal Gibbons. I'll say this again. Those 4 schools do not need to be in the association. They do not get any public funds. They do not need to play in that association, period. There's other independent schools just like them, Charlotte Christian, Charlotte Catholic, Charlotte Latin, Country Day,
couple
South
in
Lake Christian School. The
there's
list goes on and on.
A bunch in Winston-Salem,
That's
too.
correct.
Yeah.
That's where they need to be. TJ, good morning. Link said, are they going to give officials a long overdue raise? I don't think they can afford it, Link. I think they need to get to $60 million before they can give you that $2 a game raise. It's not there. It's not there.
They haven't had a raise. Officials haven't had a raise.
I don't know. Lincoln said they're not.
Wow.
I don't know.
They need to recruit more, right? They need to get as many young officials as possible, make it enticing for them to come on board. And I don't know how you do that. I'll be honest with you. I don't know how you do that. Juju, we can't entice people to get a real job. I know.
Not just a job, an occupation that pays a little that you enjoy doing, like officiating or coaching or any of those things. We can't get people to get real jobs to pay their bills because somebody else is paying them. I digress.
Where do you get young people at that know the game? Where do you get young people at that know the game? You get them from schools and colleges and community colleges, and you start up programs, right?
Mm-hmm. When I was at Appalachian, we had an officiating class.
Yeah.
Dr. Jim Avant was the person that taught it. We had you had to go through that class to get qualified to officiate intramural sports.
Yep.
Which I did for 2 years.
And there are a lot of officials places now that it's like travel ball. They go to these leagues and learn how to become an official. Like they have these umpire schools in Florida and different places. Yeah. But if you can take a class on how to make beer in college, you should be able to take several classes on how to become official in all sports.
Yeah. Well, like I say, when I was in college, I officiated in the intramural. My two claim to fames was the 2 years intramural football. I was the head official, referee in the stadium under the lights at Appalachian. Wonderful time. Enjoyed it. Carried that on. Officiated high school wrestling while I was in college and enjoyed that very much. Lincoln says that North Carolina is the lowest paid officials he's ever worked out of 17 states.
Wow.
And he was in service. So, yeah, he moved around. Bill Klein said they got a raise several years ago, but still $25 under South Carolina. And South Carolina still got dirt roads. I'm sorry. I'll take a break.
Their highways aren't good either.
Sit-down meal or a call-in for the drive-thru, Brookwood Cafe and Catering is the answer. A variety of meats, vegetables, and desserts cooked daily, or a hot sandwich from the grill, they have what you're looking for to satisfy your taste buds. If you need catering from 5 to 500, Brookwood has you covered as well. Stop by Brookwood Cafe and Catering at 202 Providence Mill Road in Maiden. Don't forget breakfast daily till 11 a.m. Open Tuesday 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., Wednesday through Saturday 6 a.m. till 8 p.m., and Sunday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Call 828-428-8944 to place your order today.
First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County since 1940. And as it has been from the beginning, customer service is a priority to First Federal Savings Bank. They want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, the products, and the services that the larger banks have, but with hometown people that you see throughout your community. Stop in and visit one of their 4 convenient locations and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Times convenience stores are more than convenient. They're your neighborhood store, your store. With locations in Lincoln, Catawba, Gaston, Iredell, and Mecklenburg counties, there's one near you. Times convenience stores have the right items at the right price, from snacks, cold drinks, and light meals from the grill, and there's always a special to save you time and money. Times has what you need. Times convenience stores, there's one near you. Regardless of where you're going, there's one on your way. Remember, there's always time to stop by Times. Covenant Church began as a vision of just over 100 people in 1984. Since then, Covenant Church has grown and currently located at 2168 Gastonia Highway in Lincoln. The Sunday schedule includes early morning worship at 8:30, Sunday school at 9:45, and morning worship at 10:45. Their ministries extend beyond Sunday. Visit their website at www.covenantchurch.church to see all they have to offer, and better yet, stop by and see for yourself. Covenant Church may be just what you're looking for a new church home.
In the best of times, no one is more deserving of every opportunity, encouragement, and support than the youth in our communities. Parents, teachers, coaches, and sponsors struggle to stretch their budgets to continue help. Communities need a team effort. Times Oil Corporation, a longtime member of the community, established the Times Educational Alliance Mission, or Team Foundation. Since 2011, over $125,000 in grants have been donated in the community. Times Oil and the Team Foundation are proud to be community partners.
untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Call Mooney Insurance in Maiden or East Lincoln Insurance in Denver or visit mooneyinsurance.com.
Stifel Nicholas now has an office in your community. Stifel Nicholas is a full-service organization offering a wide range of investment vehicles and services. These include money market funds, CDs, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, annuities, retirement plans, and managed accounts, to name a few. Our financial advisors will sit down with you and help you tailor an investment plan, explaining strategies and investments which may help you achieve your personal goals. Call 4Rembert today at 828-624-7300. Stifel Nicholas, member SIPC, and the New York Stock Exchange. Make no mistake, during that break, I'm still the reigning world champion. You know, we weren't on camera. I want to make sure that you knew that. Sissy Lee says it's a pay issue, not a willingness issue when it comes to officiating. Link says $5 a game is not a raise. They need travel pay and 100% raise. The officials do not even make $100 a game yet in football.
High school football.
High school football. Mm-hmm. Do I need to take this to a meeting, Link, show them?
Who said it's a willingness issue and not?
My daughter.
Okay.
She said that's why people aren't getting into it.
Yeah. But
here's the deal.
How do you get people able and willing to do it? Is you start them out young, right? You get them interested in officiating early on.
But it's not that they're not, but I can do more with my time and make more money of my time than I can officiating.
Yeah. There's got to be
officiating. A part of officiating is like coaching.
There's got to be a love of it first.
You're there, not really thinking about the money. I just love doing this.
Yeah.
Like radio.
Yeah. Sure enough.
You know that.
Yeah.
Now, back in the day, that was different, but not now. It's the things that you do because of the love of what it is you're doing. And the money secondary. I can remember Link telling this, and correct me if I'm wrong, Link. I can remember Link telling me that they would spend their entire check on the night between eating, having a few beers after the game. There wouldn't be anything left from the little bit that they made.
Couldn't the association do something and pass along and start some kind of fund or something?
They got a fund. It's got $40 million in it.
Another fund for officials and take that money and help pay? Because, right, most of the checks come from the schools.
I think some of the largest expenses, and Butch, I don't know if you were out there this morning, but some of the largest expenses when it comes to athletics and schools is travel and officiating.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think when I was in school, maybe we did and we just didn't know about it. I don't think we had to pay for bus. Now schools get charged per mile for an activity bus that's owned by the county. What? I don't understand. Lindsay says the NCHSAA should pay mileage and a per diem. So there you go.
Yeah, I agree.
The association pays the expense, and then let me take that one step further. I'll
take it 2 steps after you're done.
Then, since the association controls the conferences and where you play and who you play, association should pay the travel.
There you go. That's smart. Yeah, I was going to say something that at least for football, go out and sell a couple of corporate sponsors and. I mean, they're doing it in other sports. Put something on their back.
It's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming. There's no doubt in my mind. It's coming.
So let officials, have a sponsor on their back.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe their name. No, they don't want their name. But a sponsor on the back or on their side or someplace in the front.
I don't want my name because I'm the champion. Don't make me whip out my belt.
Pardon me while I whip this out, right? There's been 4 Blazing Saddles references already in the show today.
Look, I can go on and on. Some of them I can't, but some of them I can. One of the best ones, I digress here for just a second, when Cleavon Little gets into the sheriff's office after they want to kill him, and he hears Gene Wilder fall out of the bunk, and he's kind of tied up, and he says, Cleavon says, "Are you okay?" And he says, I'm not sure. Are we black?" And Cleavon says, "Yes, we are." And Gene Wilder says, "Yeah, then we're okay, but we're very confused." Another great comment. Kenny Weaver, good morning. Sissy says, "I've never understood why the school pays the county and that cycle continues, like for activity buses." Mm-hmm. I can tell you, back when I was in radio, we would do a trade with the Carolina Renaissance Festival. And a lot of schools took students.
Yeah, they did.
Okay, on student days. And I would use, until they made me stop because the Renfest was getting greedy, I would use a portion of my trade, and I usually provided tickets for 2 to 3 schools to take their students, because there would be students that could not afford to pay not only for the ticket but for the bus expense to take them down there on a school-sponsored field trip. And that way they could get enough money so that nobody had to stay behind. Okay, and then in typical Lanny fashion, Lanny got pissed when they quit letting me do that, because look, I'm helping these kids out. This is it. You can't. Yeah. Why are you doing this? But it's theirs. They do what they want to.
A lot of hoops to jump through when you want to go on field trips.
Yep.
Oh, my.
So, just another one of those things. And I'm trying to understand why the school has to pay for it, and they pass that along to the students, but it's a county resource. What am I missing?
I don't know. And all the schools, right? You're talking about all 3 school systems.
Oh, no, I'm talking about everywhere. I mean, that's pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
Now, I got to. We run them big yellow cheese buses with very few kiddies on them. They're more empty than they're full.
Yes, they are.
And we run them during the summer.
Mm-hmm. And have been this year more than ever before to make up for last year, maybe. They saved a lot of money last year, right? Not, the end from March until, whenever. They saved a lot of money.
Let me tell you how to save more
money. About 8
money.
months.
I promise I'll stop after this. We'll go do something else. You know how else you can save money? Go to school 4 days a week.
And we did. Everybody did last year.
Do it this year. 20% your transportation costs just went down. Shut the buildings down Friday through Sunday. Cut the heat down. Cut the air conditioning down.
I don't think they want. Depending on the school system, and we went through it with the Wednesday shut everything down kind of thing, or not shut everything down, but have Wednesday as be the remote day, and Catawba County had on Fridays. Mm-hmm. There's still talk, at least with Hickory Public Schools, that there's going to have some kind of remote academy starting this year. They're taking surveys and doing all that.
Catawba or Lincoln One said there would be no online remote learning this year. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure. There again, correct.
Well, if Catawba County said that, then Hickory will follow suit. We always follow behind what the county does.
No, you're not. You're an independent school system, like Newton Conover.
They share things. They share ideas. They share things.
Stop. You're just making that up.
Oh, okay.
You're just making that up. They're independent. That's why we can't all be together.
I don't think they'll do 4 days a week, though. I mean, I think it's a good idea.
Bob, good morning. Lindsay, I wasn't going to say that, but since you're in education, you did. But who will watch my kids for free on Friday? Yeah. School and education has become more about child care and nutrition, and that's sad.
Yeah.
And she also said Lincoln is not offering a remote option. So it's Lincoln. I knew that I had read or heard that somewhere. Richie said Greenwood did not offer an online option as well. So a number of the school systems, and I think the Cooper's going to speak today.
Mm-hmm.
I think he may say, well, I'm executive order this, and I think you're going to have people that go, that's great. Take your pen, your paper, keep it in Raleigh. Here's what we're going to do. Now, I could be wrong, but I think that's coming.
It's going to be left up to the counties.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
It's going to be left up to the LEA,
LEAs.
the Local Educational Association. I'm so smart sometimes.
You're talking about masks, or you're talking about online learning?
I
days?
think just everything.
Okay.
Everything. Let's see. Let's go NFL for just a little bit. I will mention this, not that it's part of anybody or anybody really cares. NBA drafts tonight. Do you care?
No, not really.
Any interest?
No.
Okay. I thought it was just me that wasn't interested. Kerry Edwards, good morning. Is everybody back in camp now in the NFL?
Yes.
So all teams are back?
Yeah, I mean, there are different phases. I mean, the Steelers and the Cowboys are already in pads, and they started hitting. Yesterday was their first day in pads and hitting. Everybody else is kind of just ramping up, so to speak. But, yes, everybody has reported.
Bill Klein said the association said the ADs will not vote for a raise. Then only 40% of the officials registered. Varsity football was going to be played on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday because of the lack of officials. Association mandated raises, no AD vote for 3 years in a row. That was several years ago. Well, everything I hear is the association can't do anything because we got bylaws, and we have to have somebody to come up from the grave to nominate and open that discussion before we can do it because it had to be one of the original signers of the bylaws from 104 years. There's always some excuse. We can't do that. Like, why do we still have 4 categories? Why do we still have 4 divisions? We can't do that. It's in the bylaws. How do you change the bylaws? Well, we don't. Nobody really knows. Somebody's got to bring that up. Okay. Bring it up.
Go get somebody from the SEC and have them come to the meeting and say, this is how you do things.
Wow. Much as I hate to say it, they kind of got it going on.
Yeah.
They got it going on. In Carolina Panther news, I will give you this. Carolina Panther news yesterday, it looks like, and I don't know if this is a done deal, but they gave him a lot of money for a right tackle. So they're talking about moving, is it Taylor Moton over to
left tackle.
Mm-hmm. Not his natural position. I think that's a hard move to make. I mean, I really do.
I've read things with the NFL because it's not like in the old days where having the left tackle always is so important because it protects the quarterback, his blind side. That nowadays, the way the NFL is with so much shotgun, so much even rollouts, that right tackle, left tackle are almost interchangeable if you draft well and develop well.
It depends on your offensive scheme.
Yes. And I'm sure the Panthers' offensive scheme has and will change now that they have the quarterback that they want in there.
So they say.
Okay.
Okay.
And they have McCaffrey back and some other people.
I believe. Being serious here, I believe in Sam Darnold. I do.
He's an upgrade over Teddy?
Just from an age and an injury perspective.
Seems like they just got to get him to the point where
he's got a big arm.
Yeah. Get him confident enough where he's just not giving up so many interceptions.
To me, that's a coaching responsibility.
Yeah.
Now, that's my view. Travis, good morning. Quarterback Sam Darnold to be fully vaccinated on Friday. Now, nobody's releasing those numbers, and I'm thinking there's going to be lawsuits. the first time a team has to forfeit and they have to pay the expenses of the other team. You know, I read all that stuff. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen from the Players Association. I could be wrong, but we'll see. And as you said, McCaffrey is back and hopefully at full strength. One of the other questions down in New Orleans that has come up, reared its ugly head again, who's going to be the starting quarterback?
That's what training camp's for.
Taysom Hill, Jameis Winston.
Well, they'll rotate, I'm sure. I'm sure that 17 games, you're going to have Taysom Hill, 17-game starter? I don't think so. Same thing with Jameis Winston. I'm sure they'll rotate, depending on who the team is they're playing, their opponent, whatever the game plan might be. I would guess that they rotate. I mean, it's what they did before, even with Drew Brees.
I understand. I just don't see that rotation percentage changing much over what it was with Drew Brees. I don't think you can win in the NFL with Taysom Hill as a full-time or better than 50% quarterback.
Okay, yeah, I agree with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you still got to have –
he's a good – I'll say good play toy to have. He's good to bring in for certain situations and packages of plays to stretch out the defense and whatnot. But for them to line up every play, him to either get under center or in the shotgun and be your starting quarterback, the field general, marching your team down the field, no, I don't think so.
Richie said, wonder if we saw where Rivera had got on to the taters because of low vaccination rates. And the only reason is, look, guys, it's become a part of your job now. You know, they're requiring it without saying they're requiring it, basically.
And his obviously having gone through cancer, he's at a little bit more peril right now, and he doesn't understand why some of the players won't think it's besides themselves.
And Lindsay said, but, Dad, choices, if NFL says vax or don't play, it's their business. Players work for those organizations. And if you don't want to, you're right. It's about choices. It is your choice if you don't want to get vaccinated. But understand that they still have a business to run, and they have an obligation to their other employees to make sure that business can run as efficiently as possible. And the way that works is if you don't like the rules of the business, what do? You don't piss and moan and whine. You go find another job.
Yeah. It's almost like being in the military, right? You got to get through all these vaccinations in the military.
You got to do it to get to school.
Yeah.
How many people have had to go get vaccinations because they didn't have all they needed to go to college? You find kids that, well, where did that slip through the cracks? I don't have that. Well, you can't come. And you do.
I may have said this yesterday. Go Google sometime history of vaccinations for African Americans.
Yes.
It's not very good. I mean, I can see why there are a certain segment of people that don't trust the government.
Is part of it,
no matter who's in government.
Do you think part of that could be that the control group or whatever, whoever they're practicing on, doesn't have the proper mix of different races to make sure what the effects would be, whether that's Hispanic, African Americans, Asians, whatever could it be? Think about the Hmong population we have in this country now.
Yeah, a lot of them in Catawba County.
Yeah, so I mean, maybe they're just not using a good mixture of the control group that they're doing, and they don't find a lot of things out. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
I digress.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah. Let me take a break. Come back. We'll have more.
If you ask around, you'll find Burke Mortuary has a reputation for excellence and commitment to value. They've built a reputation of trust for more than 35 years. Burke Mortuary is proud to offer personal attention, meaningful tributes, and the area's most affordable prices. They're also proud to offer you beautiful, state-of-the-art facilities. It's the perfect place to honor your loved one. So when choosing a funeral home, the choice is easy. Choose Burke Mortuary with locations in Maiden and Newton.
Whether it's a sit-down meal or a call-in for the drive-thru, Brookwood Cafe and Catering is the answer. A variety of meats, vegetables, and desserts cooked daily or a hot sandwich from the grill, they have what you're looking for to satisfy your taste buds. If you need catering from 5 to 500, Brookwood has you covered as well. Stop by Brookwood Cafe and Catering at 202 Providence Mill Road in Maiden. Don't forget breakfast daily till 11 a.m. Open Tuesday 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., Wednesday through Saturday 6 a.m. till 8 p.m., and Sunday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Call 828-428-8944 to place your order today.
First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County since 1940. And as it has been from the beginning, customer service is a priority to First Federal Savings Bank. They want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, the products, and the services that the larger banks have, but with hometown people that you see throughout your community. Stop in and visit one of their 4 convenient locations and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Times convenience stores are more than convenient. They're your neighborhood store, your store. With locations in Lincoln, Catawba, Gaston, Iredell, and Mecklenburg counties, there's one near you. Times convenience stores have the right items at the right price, from snacks, cold drinks, and light meals from the grill, and there's always a special to save you time and money. Times has what you need. Times convenience stores, there's one near you. Regardless of where you're going, there's one on your way. Remember, there's always time to stop by Times. Covenant Church began as a vision of just over 100 people in 1984. Since then, Covenant Church has grown and currently located at 2168 Gastonia Highway in Lincoln. The Sunday schedule includes early morning worship at 8:30, Sunday school at 9:45, and morning worship at 10:45. Their ministries extend beyond Sunday. Visit their website at www.covenantchurch.church to see all they have to offer, and better yet, stop by and see for yourself. Covenant Church may be just what you're looking for a new church home.
In the best of times, no one is more deserving of every opportunity, encouragement, and support than the youth in our communities. Parents, teachers, coaches, and sponsors struggle to stretch their budgets to continue help. Communities need a team effort. Times Oil Corporation, a longtime member of the community, established the Times Educational Alliance Mission, or Team Foundation. Since 2011, over $125,000 in grants have been donated in the community. Times Oil and the Team Foundation are proud to be community partners.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Call Mooney Insurance in Maiden or East Lincoln Insurance in Denver, or visit MooneyInsurance.com.
Stiefel Nicholas now has an office in your community. Stiefel Nicholas is a full-service organization offering a wide range of investment vehicles and services. These include money market funds, CDs, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, annuities, retirement plans, and managed accounts, to name a few. Our financial advisors will sit down with you and help you tailor an investment plan, explaining strategies and investments which may help you achieve your personal goals. Call 4Rembert today at 828-624-7300. Stiefel Nicholas, member SIPC and the New York Stock Exchange. You really missed a heavy discussion right there.
It was very heavy.
We got deep.
Is this true about what the college football, the commissioner of the Big 12 is putting up a big stink? He's going to go down with a fight with Texas and Oklahoma.
Why is he mad? Because they don't want to come play with him?
No, I think because he's accusing some of the other stakeholders like ESPN of tampering, get the ball rolling, so to speak. They were interested in Texas and Oklahoma leaving and joining the SEC. that they were doing some.
I'm gonna go back again.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go back again. Okay, and here it is. That's Bob Bowlesby.
Okay.
Big 12 commissioner accused ESPN of encouraging other conferences to pick apart the league so Texas and Oklahoma can move to the SEC more quickly and without paying a massive buyout. Well, if the conference folds, that's what'll happen.
Yes.
Stephen says, yes, he put the blame on ESPN and called them out for setting this up. He says, I have absolute certainty that ESPN has been involved in manipulating other conferences to go after our members. The letter addressed ESPN executive Burke Magnus, president of the programming content, said the Big 12 had become aware the network had taken actions to not only harm the Big 12 but to result in financial benefit for ESPN. Now, ESPN, which owns the SEC network, signed a $3 billion deal with them last year to give the network broadcast rights to all conference football games starting in 2024. Now, here's the deal, and I'll say this one more time. Nobody likes to hear this part of it, but this is the truth. Folks, it's not good old boys having a beer on Saturday and, taking one for the Gipper. It is big business.
Yeah, at the big boys it
with
is.
a lot of money. A lot of money. He can be mad because they worked around him. But when each school controls its own destiny, you have no – he's the Big 12 commissioner, and he doesn't have 1 ounce of power.
It's the president's. Did I read where each school in the Big 12 gets approximately $40 million a year from the Big 12 conference?
Probably.
But with Texas and Oklahoma leaving, it's going to go down to like 7. I mean, wow, what a loss of revenue.
The American Athletic Conference got $1 billion for its rights from ESPN.
And I think that's where some of those conference schools from the Big 12 are going to end up, is in the American.
And the Pac-12.
Yeah, I think more the American, at least, because they're a little bit more regional. I wouldn't be surprised if, and I think that guy, the commissioner's also accused the American Athletic Conference of poaching or trying to poach and talk to the Big 12 teams.
Is he going to pretend like he's never done it?
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
he knows what's going on because he's probably done it himself.
Richie said the only person he should be mad at is himself for not getting schools in there that would have gotten them back to 12. That was one of the reasons that's been very obviously stated between Texas and Oklahoma was you didn't even go after 2 schools to make us the Big 12. We were just 10. Good morning, Tim Smith. I
just think that conference was going to struggle as long as you had a school like West Virginia in the league. Well, they got to go play Texas Tech. Their volleyball team or whatever got to go play Texas Tech to go from Morgantown, West Virginia to Lubbock, Texas.
How much did it hurt when the Big 12 lost Nebraska to the Big 10?
Yeah, that hurt too. Yeah.
When you don't have – the Big 12 is Texas, Texas Tech, TCU, Texas A&M, Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, Nebraska.
The old Southwestern Conference.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct. I don't – and I think, that's your fault for allowing that to happen.
Yeah.
Lenny said, you may have already talked about it, that East Surrey's Benji Gosnell decommits from Ohio State. That's where Trent is, right?
East Surrey? Yes. Yeah.
So Benji Gosnell has decommitted from Ohio State.
Quarterback.
Wow. Interesting. Now, I did not know that.
No, I did not see that.
Did not know that. Didn't see that. I know before we do this on this day, the West won the football game last night, 7-0, I think, the East-West All-Star game, I believe. And I think East Lincoln's head girls basketball coach has been named to coach the West in next year's
game.
And the new coach at Mooresville, Joe Nixon. He was there for the spring. He's been named one of the assistants on the West squad for next year. Just a couple local notes.
Yeah, they usually do that, right? Right as soon as that's over, the coaching clinic ends, they usually announce.
They name for the next year.
Yeah, absolutely.
On this day.
I picked out 5 things that happened in, let's go in order, 1940. John Sigmund of St. Louis, Missouri is a swimmer. Mm-hmm. He took the 292-mile swim down the Mississippi River for a record. Took him 89 hours and 48 minutes to swim 292 miles.
Anything in there that would stop you?
I
don't think so.
Because
I think you could take like a paddle wheel boat all the way up to Minnesota. I don't think there's anything in the Mississippi, a dam, a dike, or anything like that.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Okay. Go from one to the other. Apparently, he was the first.
I like that. That's a good one.
Yeah, first one to do it. 1948, the games of the 14th Olympiad, and the first, I believe, held after World War II.
Okay.
Held in London, England,
mm-hmm.
on this day, on July 29th in 1948. 1955, baseball legend Smokey Burgess hit 3 home runs for the Pittsburgh Pirates. They beat the Cincinnati Reds 16-5. 86. New York jury rules the NFL violated the antitrust laws.
Just once. And
awarded the United States Football League $1 in damages.
Wow.
A couple of days later, the USFL folded. They won the case over the NFL, Donald Trump,
mm-hmm.
and got $1.
New Jersey Generals.
Yeah, New Jersey Generals got a $1 in damages
mm-hmm.
for winning, and that pretty much ended the USFL. 2003, Bill Miller, who was a baseball player with the Red Sox, third baseman, first player in Major League Baseball history. 2003 now, first in history to hit grand slams from both sides of the plate. He was a switch hitter in the same game.
Wow, now that is impressive.
Yeah, in that game, he also hit a third home run, drove in 9 runs. It was a solo homer. Drove in 9 runs for the game. He became the 12th player in baseball history to hit 2 grand slams in one game. So, and I think Tony Cloninger from Lincoln.
There's not a lot of people have even done that accomplishment.
Yeah, 12 players in the history of baseball that have done that. He was the first switch hitter to do it in the same game.
Kewan Mack, good morning. Congratulations on your new position. Kewan I think he's going to be at Maiden High School or Maiden Middle School? Kewan, which one? In EC.
I think high school.
Let me give you a couple. 1751.
Took a little trip. No, that's not it.
In 1814.
Yeah.
We took a little trip. First international world title prize fight.
Oh, wow.
Jack Stack of England beat M. Petta of France in 29 minutes. The first international fight.
Jack Stack.
Yeah. How about 1915? Pirate Honus Wagner at 41 hit a grand slam.
Okay.
At 41.
But he didn't hit 2 grand slams.
No, he didn't.
And 41 back then is not the same as 41 today.
That's correct.
Yes.
You felt that 41.
Yes, indeed.
1921, Cleveland's 125th anniversary celebration. Cy Young, at the age of 54, pitched 2 innings in 1921.
At 54.
At 54. That is correct. Yep. Let's see.
You have a hard time for 25-year-olds pitching 2 innings nowadays if they're relief pitchers.
Pee Wee Reese hit his 3,000th Dodger home run for the team. Not him.
Overall. There he is. Who is that?
That's Floyd Patterson.
Oh, I thought that was, what's his name? The guy from Blazing
No,
Saddles.
that wasn't Cleavon Little.
Looked like him, right? Quick glance.
1974, Lou Brock steals his 700th base. 1965, Major League record, 26 strikeouts. The Phillies and the Pirates in one game.
I think that's
combined.
Combined.
Combined. 16-10. Yeah. 1978 Old Timers Day, New York Yankee announced that Billy Martin will return as the Yankee manager in 1980, and Bob Lemon will become the GM. And he still got fired, just in case anybody's
I know.
1983, Steve Garvey ends his National League record 1,207 consecutive game streak.
That is the third longest in baseball history.
And
Cal Ripken?
Cal Ripken Jr.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then who else?
Lou Gehrig.
Lou Gehrig.
Yeah.
Okay.
1988,
Rick Sutcliffe swipes home plate to be the first pitcher since Pascal Perez in 1984 to steal home.
And he
was not see that anymore.
No, you do. Well, you saw it the other day. You saw it from the guy that is the phenom right now in baseball, right? Ohtani. He stole home the other day.
I missed that. Yeah.
Now, it wasn't the traditional stealing home, as you might see on those old reel-to-reels, where a guy, pitcher's not paying attention, the guy takes off. This was the back end of a double steal.
Yeah. Now, I don't think you didn't do the 1995 Panthers beat the Jags in the first NFL exhibition game?
No. I did. I need to write that
20-14.
I was there.
20-14.
Yeah, that was a heck of a game.
First exhibition game in history between those two.
I got on national TV on that game.
You did?
Yeah, I jumped down on the field, and I wanted to get an interview with Dom Capers, and he was interviewing with Lynn Swan right after the game on ABC, and I just stuck my microphone in there, and I got a picture of it. Someone shot a picture.
T. Wills, good morning. All right, got some birthdays?
1995, Jacksonville Panthers. You'll probably hear about that today. But anyway, birthdays today, not too many. Wake Forest grad and Boone native. I don't see there are too many Boone natives that have gone on to play Major League Baseball.
Mm-hmm.
But Tommy Gregg did. Played with the Braves for a while, Pirates, some other teams. He is 58 years young. He's a minor league baseball coach today. Dak Prescott turns 28 today, Cowboys quarterback.
Had a little tinge in the shoulder yesterday.
Yeah, he did. Damian Allen, younger brother of Marcus Allen, quarterback in the CFL for a long time, is 58 today. And Dolphins great number 40 on the no-name defense, Dick Anderson, turns 80 years young today, and I believe he is alive. We talked about Jake Scott.
Yeah, maybe I'm confusing him with Jake Scott.
But Dick Anderson was a really good defensive back for a long time.
Yes, he is.
And is he in the Pro Football Hall of Fame?
Don't think so. He played safety. He played for the Buffaloes out of Colorado.
Okay.
No.
He was Defensive Player of the Year one year.
Mm-hmm.
Remember
interceptions leader.
Yeah.
All-decades team in the 70s.
I bet you he and Manny Fernandez. The more you read and see about the Dolphins, for what they did in that run in the early 70s, that defense was pretty good. Not too many guys have been in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
No.
Now, that was a true team defense.
That was, and do you want to see that record broke? That undefeated, the only team to go undefeated all the way through?
I think eventually, and they're not the only team, but I mean they're the only modern team. The 40 whatever Cleveland Browns.
Okay.
In the old All-American Football League.
And what we know is the NFL today.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you know Dak Prescott's real name?
I do not.
Rayne Dakota.
Okay,
That's where
Dakota.
the Dak comes from.
Oh, right, yeah.
Rayne, R-A-Y-N-E, Rayne Dakota, better known as Dak Prescott, was born in Sulphur, Louisiana. Cajun time. Makes you want to go suck the head off a crawfish.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think of Justin Wilson,
the
old cook.
Yeah.
Chef.
He was a good one. Ate my first alligator in Louisiana. He wasn't alive, just in case you're wondering. Have a lovely day, folks. See you tomorrow.
Uh-oh, you missed it.
Woo!